All right, everyone, welcome. It's absolutely freezing in here. I had to put our jacket on. But yeah, this lesson, guys, is all about Vinted. Now, spoiler alert, Vinted, best platform for you to get started on. You can literally end this video right now. It is the best platform to get started on. And within this lesson, as we have already covered in eBay and Depop, we're now into Vinted. And we'll tell you a little bit more about why you'll get banned from there soon and what you can do a bit more about it. So, Vinted. It is ideal for new resellers like yourself who want to get started with pre-love items, and it's a very user-friendly platform for new sellers. The reason why I say new sellers, it's very unfriendly for established sellers like us. I'll explain more later, don't worry. Now, the pros are it's amazing for individuals who are looking to declutter. For example, if you've got extra stuff at home that you want to get rid of, I'm sure many of you would have heard of Vinted. The adverts are absolutely everywhere if you're in the UK like us. They're absolutely everywhere, and you can earn from unused items. Now, what are the restrictions and limitations leading on from that slightly clickbaity title? What are the restrictions and limitations with Vinted? Now, one massive annoyance about the platform. Now, I really hope that if you're watching this course later on, that they have fixed this, is that there are no bulk uploads. It's really annoying. Now, eBay offer this, as I mentioned, the CSV file, the Excel file that you can import, bam, items all uploaded within minutes, literally. But yeah, they don't offer that, which is really annoying. But yeah, items must be listed individually, which can be time consuming, which will be time consuming if you're listing each individual item in the titles, descriptions, all that kind of thing. Again, shipping labels are terribly optimized. Now, I know you probably think that, why did you recommend this platform if all you're saying is rubbish about it? Don't worry, there are some great things about this platform. Shipping labels, terribly optimized. Even for sellers, even for pro sellers like ourselves, you have to print out the label onto a single sheet of A4 paper, cut it out, get sellotape and stick it on. You can't even do it into a label printer. You can't even put it onto a 4x6 or A4 with 4 labels on like we used to use. It's just annoying. But yeah, you'll have to buy a lot of paper, or if you get it for free, great. But still, it is very annoying in that sense. There are a lot of payment issues, guys. I mean, it's absolutely a headache. Sellers can face sudden halts. For example, like us, we had tens of thousands of pounds held up in the Mango Pay account. Like, honestly, Mango Pay is the biggest headache of all time. Don't worry, guys. At some point, hopefully you'll get to this point, when you create a certain number of sales or sales value in terms of money, they will stop your account. Don't worry, you can carry on selling. You'll have a hurdle to overcome where you have to provide information about your limited company or your sole trader status to be able to move on. Again, don't worry. I know it sounds like a big headache. We'll teach you how to overcome that soon. So, pro status. As mentioned, a pro status is once you get to a certain level, once you're a sole trader that wants to take you to the next level, maybe do 1,000+ listings, a little bit less than that, maybe 500+ listings, you'll need to upgrade to a pro status, which essentially puts a little badge on your Vinted account. And it means that people see you as a more professional seller, which means that you can, market yourself a little bit more as a professional seller. You can sell a lot of different categories. For example, now they've started electronics recently. They are heavily investing in that on the adverts. But again, Vinted, their bread and butter really is clothing, which is what we're focusing on in this course. If you want to learn a little bit more about specific categories, for example, if you want to go into electronics, all of that, make sure that you talk to each other in the Discord group. If you want to teach each other more about sourcing on electronics, other things like that, get involved in the Discord group, guys. We will also get podcasts on in our Patreon of successful electronic sellers, successful gadget sellers, successful book sellers, all of that great thing to teach you more about it. Again, link in the description. So how does Vinted Pro work? So this is what we want to make you guys work towards, is not just selling as a normal Vinted individual account. We want you to upgrade to a Pro account fairly soon. And again, we'll teach you how to do that. It's free to list on there. Sellers set your prices and buyers pay through the app. Very simple. The buyers will pay the fee. Buyers will pay the postage fee. Very easy in that sense. Vinted manages payment and shipping through Mango Pay, annoying payment providers, but don't worry, we'll teach you more about how to overcome these annoyances. But Mango Pay is great for ensuring security for both buyers and sellers. I have to give them that, even though I don't like them. Now, what are the pros and cons of selling on Vinted? Pros: no seller fees. Great. Great for starting users. The buyer pays a service fee, is what they market it as. It's just a seller fee that the buyer pays. Yeah, that means that you as a seller won't incur any costs, which is awesome. If a buyer buys a t-shirt for a tenner, you will receive that 10 into your bank account. This is great. It's a simple, user-friendly interface, very, very nice for listing, very easy. Upload the photos, description, title, price, category, shipping, small, medium, or large parcel. Very easy, very nice, very efficient. Except the fact they don't offer bulk uploads, which is a small gripe of mine. Secure transactions, as mentioned, and the community features build trust in it. It's great. Now, what are the cons? Very, very high competition. Why I'm saying that is because within Vinted, you are competing not as a pro seller, as you trying to sell to create a profit, but you are competing with a lot of people who are selling t-shirts for £1, £2 just to declutter, get rid of their wardrobe. So you are competing against those. Now that does drive prices down a little, but it increases sell-through rate. Again, sell-through rate, if you're not familiar with the term, we'll go over that later in the course and in further courses as well. There are limited categories beyond fashion, which is why we recommend eBay for if you want to sell apart from clothing. But again, it's great for clothing, but there are limited categories beyond fashion. And they have very, very strict policies, which often leads to item delisting. Now, a big issue that we've had are counterfeit, the Depop platform saying that, oh, you've got counterfeit items. No, we don't. They are real. That's an option. Duplicate listings. If you have two very similar items, they often may delete one of them, saying it's a duplicate listing. Again, I know it's really difficult. We'll teach you how to fight with Vinted a little bit, and they will hopefully help you out there. What are the other ones? White backgrounds. For some reason, Vinted has a thing where they don't like white backgrounds very much. They want a nice background on the side. Again, I don't know why that is, because buyers much prefer white backgrounds. Again, just make sure that the background in your house is very nice for when you're taking pictures or wherever you're taking photos. Again, photography module, so don't worry about that. How are you going to sell effectively with Vinted Pro? You must optimize your listings with high quality images and detailed descriptions. Again, photography module, description module, we will go over that. You must use competitive pricing. Again, pricing module, and just using a couple of pro features, analytics, bulk listings in terms of make sure that you have your descriptions templates pre-set out on a Word document or a note on your, Apple Notes, Google Notes, whatever you want to use to copy and paste the templates. Again, we'll teach you more about that in the pricing module, description module about templates. And enhance your branding to stand out a little bit. Now, branding is all about creating your own packaging, stickers, maybe cards. You can do that on whatever platform that you want to use. Vinted won't stop you doing that. Despite the fact that their software, their platform is a little bit limiting in terms of that, there's no limit on you wanting to get the items packaged very nicely in your own professional packaging. You can do that. Absolutely. No one's stopping you. Again, customer service tips. Vinted especially really need quick replies. For some reason, they expect the buyers on Vinted want rapid replies, but you should give that to them because that will increase your sales, increase your sell-through rate. Respond promptly, package securely, ship quickly, and encourage positive feedback. Now, in the next lesson is really, really exciting, guys. We'll teach you more about live streaming. It's a very, very new addition to our course, teaching about live streaming. It's a whole new kettle of fish. It's amazing. All sorts of live streaming platforms such as Till, Whatnot, Instagram Live. We'll teach you all about that in the next course. So see you then.